Hello, welcome back to Randomization LiveNoding. In this episode, we're gonna be doing a little bit of improvisations. Basically, I will be creating yet another 3D pose for Facebook's. So if you notice, the 3D pose is actually quite interesting. If you make like an object that you can spin, so it's almost like a fidget spinner. If you have like a 3D objects that's easily spin like this on mobile, and it's actually quite nice. So I'll try to make one of them. So yeah, let's just jump to it. Instead of starting with a box, I will have just a sphere. So UV sphere. So this is I'll be placing it in the center, and this is gonna be my reference. I will be kind of doing some writing on top of this sphere. I will be using grease pencil and turn it into a mesh. So let's do that. So grease pencil spinner. Okay, save that. And so the idea here is to use grease pencil, and we're gonna draw it on top of the surface of this sphere. So let's just draw it and just write our propaganda letter. So just write blend, something like that. Blend. Yes, you can. So the thing with a Facebook 3D post, at the moment you can only have 3 megabyte maximum, so keep that in mind. So if we have like a lot of mesh, this thing not gonna work. So always be careful on that. I'll just write some kind of graffiti. It's a bit random, but you'll see. Okay, so that's our random writing. So I'm gonna jump into compositing and gonna turn this grease pencil into 3D mesh. Should be pretty simple if you've been following my vlog so far, live noding. I've done this many times. So Control spacebar GP. That's grease pencil. This is the grease pencil node setup for this guy. I normally do it like this. Just plug in a frame into this guy, and it's gonna do the job for us. We can control the detail there, how much mesh we want. So as long the points is nicely equally kind of spread, should be fine. Not too much, be careful. We're gonna need to export it into GLB format. All right, so we actually have 28 strokes of grease pencil, and we're gonna turn it into a real mesh. And the easiest one to use is skin mesher. So plug that in, vertices, edges, and then turn it into live objects. And we should have something really quick. So we actually can get rid of the sphere, but I'm just gonna keep that sphere. And you can see this is for our text, we don't need too much of radius. It's okay, I think this is quite nice, and we don't need too much resolutions. I think that's pretty decent, I guess. Let's see if we can export this. I guess there's nothing else we can do. Maybe increase this a little bit, the resolutions, and then update it, save it again. So we have these objects. Let's try file, export, OBJ. So it's gonna export the OBJ, and it's gonna, I'll make sure I turn on the material groups. Sometimes that helps. Gonna switch to web, and we're gonna use the 3GS editor. Actually, I just remember I have Verge 3D installed here, so I'm pretty sure that if we use the Verge 3D, we can actually simply export the GLB for Facebook. Let me try doing that. Did my Blender just crashes? So let me double check. Okay, so it crashes. It's okay. Let's reopen real quick. So Grease Pencil's there. File, export GLB, save it on the desktop. Oh, actually it crashes. That's interesting. Maybe there's something wrong with my setup, I guess. So don't worry about that. Gonna switch into this guy, open the 3JS editor, and we're gonna import our OBJ, file new, okay, file, import. From the desktop, we're gonna grab our Grease Pencil and then add some point light. All right, so you can see it's all a little bit kind of experimental. That's okay. So with this guy, I guess we can try exporting this guy, export GLB. So we're gonna have GLB, and that's only 507, but the size can grow very, very quickly. We can test it. So new pause, and then look at our GLB from the downloads. Drop the link. This is gonna be 3D pause. Any kind of 3D mesh that can be spin will work quite nicely. So this is almost done, but you can see that the material is a bit boring, right? You can zoom on it, you can spin it, but it's a bit boring. I guess we need to subdivide this once. So let's get back to our file, Grease Pencil. I guess maybe I can increase the subdivision one time, and to add some kind of randomizations, I will be using random number generator. We have 28 different strokes, and for each stroke we have different number of points. I'll plug it into here, and so we have 28 different random value, and the random value should be between a number that we specify here. So let's see what we're gonna get. Something like that, right? It's a little bit nicer. This guy, we can, I don't know, wireframe it. You think that's a bit nicer? Still looks a little bit weird, but I guess it's not too bad. So I can like matcap it. So yeah, that's looking pretty decent. Save it. Looks like just kind of like a 3D art. Okay, file, export, OBJ, save it on the desktop, material group on, save it. So it's gonna be an OBJ. If to be safe, maybe I can try this. File, import, OBJ from the desktop. This guy right here, grab it. Let's see if this actually crashed or not. If I just sneak peek using Verge 3D, it should open my web browser, and it opens. Okay, I know. I need to have a lamp, a camera and a lamp. So I need to have a camera, and maybe it's a good idea to have lamp. And this is, whenever you import OBJ into Blender, the specular tends to be quite high. Don't know why, but that's just how it is. So I'm gonna create a new material for this guy. So let's test it using Verge 3D. If you are using Verge 3D workflow, it's gonna be slightly different from the Facebook one. Actually, they're kind of related. Yeah, they're actually very, very similar. In fact, with Verge 3D, you can do a lot more, adding like some kind of interaction. Maybe you click on it, it change color or things like that. Verge 3D is really good, actually. I really want to use Verge 3D. For now, I will be using this guy. Just the basic stuff. File, import, desktop, yeah, OBJ, grab our objects. Okay, don't move it. Undo. Add some point light. See, normally I just add just random point light. You can give it a bit of color to add a little bit more interesting look. Hemisphere. So hemisphere gives some kind of environment lighting. It's a bit bright. Reduce the intensity. This guy really, you can spend some time to adjust the material until it looks much better than what I have here. But let's try export the GLB. Let's see the size. 2.4. See, from 507 kilobyte, it's like 4 times now. 2.4 megabyte. It's already quite a lot. And then Facebook 3 megabyte is I guess it's a good idea for now. People will start uploading a lot of stuff like 3D stuff. If you you can see example by Vert 3D. They're actually uploading some kind of a really nice 3D there. My one is a bit random with this procedural workflow I'm doing. But yeah, so this is kind of things that is my idea is that I think for now, try uploading some 3D objects that people can spin. Imagine they're using their mobile and then they can spin it. Things like carousel or maybe chandelier, anything you can spin will look quite nice. Try maybe fidget spinner, and depends how you want to spin it. But that's the whole idea. So our text is now kind of there, and there's my text there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Really, it's just a bit of improvisation, right? From Blender, grease pencil on top of a sphere. Now you can export it and then use a 3GS, export it out as a GLB format, and SquareShop. Facebook will like this. Maybe tag it Blender 3D, SquareShop, notes, and then 3D pause. I don't know what Facebook is posting their 3D like, but this is typography, grease pencil. Yeah, I think give it a try. It's fun thing. You can make your own graffiti, things like that, and people can spin it. So it's gonna be pretty cool, right? So there you go. There's a quick improvisation using SquareShop nodes in Blender to create some kind of a generative art with grease pencil. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.